I built up 9 streams of income that are paying me more than $250,000 a year, and you can too. My name's Nolan Govea. Ever since I can remember, but for sure in high school and college, it was very apparent to me that I wanted to be a business owner. I also wanted to do something that I was passionate about. I didn't want to just go get a job, work the corporate ladder, make some good money, but hate doing what I was doing. So when I was about 20 years old, I started my first business while still in college. I bought into a franchise of a supplement and vitamin type store, and it was awesome. Now I've started and ran multiple businesses, but what also became very, very clear with this was that even though I had the illusion of time freedom, where I could have an employee work that day for me or maybe for a week, if I didn't keep working or if I didn't at least have it on my mind even when I was on vacation, the business would definitely suffer. And when the business suffered, that meant my income suffered. So it wasn't real time freedom when everything started and ended with the income made from that business. Warren Buffett says that if your salary is your only income source, you're one step away from poverty. Once that really got ingrained in my mind, and I saw it firsthand, every step I made moving forward was in order to build extra streams of income. My intent was to build my financial independence, and with the idea that time freedom was the goal. Even down to the selection of deciding a full-time job or two, which I'll discuss in a second. Now, a quick personal note here would be that I would just highly suggest that you all figure out what your end goal is and what it's gonna take to get you there. It cannot just be to build as many streams of income as possible, because I promise you're gonna burn out or worse. I made this mistake when I was getting started in this, and it really put my mental health in jeopardy, my marriage in jeopardy, my friend relationships in jeopardy, just all bad. And I definitely never wish that on any of you. So if you can just start with the end goal in mind and try to figure out what steps you need to get to that, you're gonna be in a much healthier place. All right, let's jump right into these income streams. For each one, I'm gonna explain what it is, how I do it specifically, and my advice for you if you'd like to do something similar. I'm also gonna list these in the order of which ones make me the most money, so that might be helpful for your knowledge as well. All right, first on the list is my first full-time job, and that's being a university professor. Now notice here that the first one I listed is an actual job. It's one that's making earned income, not passive income, which is usually the case. You're usually going to make the majority of your money at first through earned income. So let's set those expectations, y'all. As a professor, I teach entrepreneurship, marketing, and finance. I absolutely love what I do. I love to teach students. I love to motivate, and I definitely love to be a mentor. Now, I touched on this a little bit earlier, but I chose this specific job because it's not a terribly time-intensive career. It's one where I get to work really hard, put a lot of passion into the hours that I'm with the students, and then there is a lot of back-end work as far as building out a syllabi and grading and all of that kind of stuff. But I get to do it at my own pace and my own schedule, which is very important for what you're gonna learn through the rest of this. While you may not want to be a professor, my advice is to find a job that pays well, but also doesn't make you work a certain amount of hours and that can be performed at your own schedule. There's not a lot of these types of jobs out there, but then again, companies are starting to open up their mind to this 4-day work week or working from home and being more project-based. So look out for that. My second income stream actually comes from another full-time job. And now this job just kind of fell into my lap, and I'm incredibly blessed because of it. But the only reason why I took it and why I named certain terms around it is because I could fit it in with doing my professor job. And so the total amount of time worked at both of them actually turns out to be just like as if I was working a regular 9 to 5. But I get to piece together 2 salaries. So my job at this company is actually the VP of strategy at an ethical global outsourcing company. This checked a bunch of different boxes for me because recently, earlier this year, my wife and I sold our gym that we had owned for the last 9 years. And so I had been missing actually doing business. While I love teaching about business, I really like to actually be doing it as well. And specifically, I love strategy. I love questioning things. I love looking at things through a different lens. So my advice to you is not to limit yourself and also not to think that you can't do something because somebody's going to tell you that you're not going to be able to do it or you're not qualified. My third income stream comes from part-time teaching. So I'm a full-time university professor at one university, and then I teach part-time as a lecturer at a different university. My advice for you is if you have a certain specialty or something that you're good at, even if it's not the thing that you're doing in your 9-to-5 job now, just start something on the side, work a side hustle, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a new business. This one isn't a new business for me, it's just a different company with a different structure. All right, my next stream of income, and number 4, comes from rental income. My wife and I bought a house about 1.5 years ago in the city that we were living in at the time, but then she got a job far away, and so we decided to move for that. So we saw that as an opportunity to be able to rent out the house, and since the market's been going crazy since then, the amount of money that we make in rental income more than exceeds the mortgage that we pay, and so we make a little bit every month from that. The other thing that's super cool about rental income though is that the people that are living there, the tenants, are paying off our mortgage. So not only do we get a little extra cash every month, but they're also paying down the mortgage for us, and long term that's going to be huge. And now I can see this income stream rising up in the ranks pretty soon here, because we're looking into buying a short-term rental in the near future, so look out for that soon. My advice for anybody looking into rental income or real estate investing in general is just to do your research. There's a lot of hidden fees, there's a lot of hidden just things that you don't know about. And so I would talk with people who are investing in real estate now, and I would just get the facts before you're gonna go out and do it, because it's a lot. But it can be definitely worth it. My 5th stream of income is another company that I just started, and what I do there is personal finance coaching for large companies and then also for individual clients. Very similar to what I'm giving out for free all the time to you, I'm actually charging companies thousands of dollars. You're welcome. I knew that there was a huge market for this because investing is just so complicated, and so if somebody can just simplify it a bit, give people the information that they need to know, and maybe save them a bunch of money long term, people definitely like something like that. So just like in one of my earlier steps, if you have a certain skill or a certain knowledge that people will find value in, turn that into a business and go make some money, y'all. My sixth stream of income. My next income stream is from stocks, and that comes from appreciation or when the stock gains some money, and then also from dividends. Now, right now, I could say that my appreciation is actually negative because we've definitely lost money this year, but I do have dividends, and overall, since I've been investing, the appreciation on average has been positive. Now, this stream of income is on the lower end of all the rest of these other things, but the very cool thing about stocks in general is that the more consistent you are and the more you build that thing and it turns into a snowball effect, it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and from there it starts replacing even the paycheck that you're making from your highest paying job. When I first started in investing, the dividends that I would make would probably cover a cup of coffee at Starbucks. Then they started being able to pay for like a phone bill or cable bill. Now it's at the point where it's paying off a car payment. I'm excited to see where this thing goes. My advice for you is to get started, but not only just get started blindly, make sure you're following this channel and make sure you look through a lot of the different types of research that I've done and started for you. And from there, take it to the next level. Do your own research. Don't ever just take what any one person says. And then when you're ready for it, get in it consistently and don't stop. The next stream of income that I have comes from my cryptocurrency investment. Now, just like the stocks, it's down super hard this year. And I'm used to that. I've been through a market cycle with crypto before. It's nothing new, but it's not fun. With cryptocurrency, you can make money through appreciation, or if the crypto goes up, just like the stock. And then also, just like dividends for stocks, there's something called staking. The couple of cryptocurrencies that I'm staking right now is Ethereum 2.0, Polkadot, Cardano, and Cosmos. From those, I'm making anywhere from $25 to $100 a month, so nothing incredibly crazy. But again, it's been building. It started out as $5 to $10 a month. So I'm excited to see where that whole industry goes. My 8th income stream is actually a super exciting one and totally new, and that's YouTube AdSense. Now, I've watched a couple of these income stream or side hustle videos. Whenever I see somebody tell you to go out and make a YouTube channel as your side hustle to make money right now, I just laugh. Because unless you're ready to put in a crazy amount of hours and time and effort and everything else, and get ready not to make any money for quite some time, a year, 2 years, maybe more than that, then starting a YouTube channel is just not feasible. It could be fun, it could be a creative outlet, but I don't necessarily think that it should be considered a side hustle to start today with the idea of making money very quickly. I've been doing YouTube for about 15 months or so, and I would say every week since starting, I've put in at the very least 10 hours, but sometimes up to 30 hours. I'm pretty confident in saying that I've spent over 1,000, closer to 1,500 hours on this channel. And as of right now, through YouTube AdSense, I've made a total of $80. So divide that by 1,500 hours and let me know what you get for my hourly wage. In all seriousness, I love this outlet. I love being able to teach you all. I've met a lot of great people, and I know that I've helped a lot of people get started in this investing journey. While I do believe this will be a long-term return on investment, and I do think I'll be able to have this income stream go up in the ranks eventually, I'm not doing this purely for the money, but it was cool for me to hit a goal that I set for myself, which was to get the channel monetized at some point. And for those of you that don't know what it takes to get monetized, you need to have at least 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours within a year. So thank you to you all, and I'm excited to see where this goes. And now my last stream of income is brand deals. And for brand deals, I mean specifically here on YouTube and then also on TikTok. I've done 2 brand deals and I'm very, very selective. I feel like I have even more responsibility than most YouTubers because I am a professor. And so I do have students who look up to me and who actually listen to what I say some of the time. And so I'm treating you, my audience, the exact same way. I'm not going to bring something to you that I don't 100% believe in or that I think might be a little bit shady, even if they're going to pay me a bunch of money. Just like how I didn't start this channel to make a bunch of money, I'm definitely not going to put you in jeopardy to make some money. But I have made a couple $100 talking about things that I actually use and that I actually do. And I'm hoping that that continues. My advice with something like this is to just build out a platform somewhere, whether that be on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, wherever. Build that thing out, see where it takes you, because the influencer market is a big deal and a lot of companies are looking to align with people who have the same values as them and also who have a network of people who actually care what they say. I think a personal brand is going to be incredibly invaluable in the next 5 years, so let's all get to work. So now as far as starting out in building these streams of income, my biggest piece of advice for you would be to work at one at a time. Don't think of 5 income streams you could start tomorrow. While I do advise that you get multiple streams of income, I don't advise that you do it quickly because you can't make anything great if you're stretched too thin. For those of you that haven't dived super deep into what it is that you want to do next or how to invest specifically, or how you can get started in learning some of the best things that gave me the foundational knowledge to be able to invest with confidence, I made a video on my favorite 11 books that changed my life financially forever. I highly recommend that you take a couple minutes and watch this video now.